start that. Okay. All right, Carmen, your story is perfect. It's not fun, but it's perfect because you've kind of encapsulated and touched on so many things that people go through.
There's something else.
Of course.
I have a burning pain in my thighs. That's how it started, the whole thing.
Yeah, well, your thigh bone is connected to your other shoulder bone. Not at all. Okay.
No.
All right. So you said a lot of things, and this is really good. Let's see what we can talk about you. But there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of people out there that have had pain in different areas, and some have a hardcore diagnosis, spinal stenosis. So let's start with spinal stenosis. Now, you already know spinal stenosis isn't the cause of your pain, because clearly that wouldn't affect your shoulder. One doctor says yes, one doctor says no. Spinal stenosis is a narrowing, and it would have to be so extreme to hurt you. I mean, it's almost impossible. I used to play squash. It's one of my favorite. I used to play, we had a lot of that at Mayo Clinic. I used to play squash. That's a game like racquetball. I used to play squash with a guy with spinal stenosis. And before every time we'd play, he would swim for 45 minutes and stretch for 45 minutes. And then he would have no pain and he could play for an hour. And then, of course, the pain would come back. Now, swimming and stretching does not take your discs and separate them. All it does is increase blood flow. We'll talk about that a little bit. But the great thing is, the most important thing that you told me, you read the book and you had some improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not sure. So you got to tell me for sure, when you read the book, did that change your spine?
No.
No, it didn't, right?
But the minute I read, do you think that your problem is psychological? I said, yes.
So here's the great news for you first and foremost. If there's any change in your symptoms from reading a book or doing something psychologically, it would be impossible for structure to be causing that, because doing something psychological or reading a book, in your case, can't change that. So the fact that it changed at all is pretty much a guarantee that structure isn't causing your symptoms. You already know that. Now, you also said, which is very common, and this is you've got a great story. You also said that all of a sudden, you started getting, whichever shoulder, you started getting some pain in your shoulder, right? Now, so you've read the book, and as an overview for other people at the same time, so what we found is that 97% of the time, chronic, ongoing, recurrent pain isn't caused by anything physiological. It's caused by something called diversion pain syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't heard of it that way, but that's what's really causing the pain. So what happens is, you've never had any stress or tension in your life, right?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so. Well, that couldn't be you. So everybody knows that stress and tension exacerbate pain. It makes it worse. But what people don't understand is that what we do in our brain that creates the stress and creates the tension is what actually creates the pain in the first place. And it's this diversion. So what happens is, and I told the story in the book that you'll know, we all have a self-image. So somebody who sees himself as a good mother, a good father, they have a kid in a wheelchair, 13, 14 years old. The good mother or good father, it's not okay to be really angry with that kid in the wheelchair. But none of us bargained for diaper changing for 13 or 14 years and all that other stuff. So it would be impossible not to have those emotions. But what happens is they get shoved down. We just deal, and we go on and we deal with our stuff. And the next thing you know, we have back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. So what happens is, and this is really important, everybody listen to this, because you got to know that you are. What happens is, frozen.
Yeah.
How about now?
Okay.
Good. All right. I might have been doing, I might have just been doing that to play with you. I wasn't. Okay. So what happens is, the stress and the tension and these emotions, they start a physical process. It's not. It just starts in the brain. It doesn't stay there. and blood vessels constrict a little bit. There's a little less blood flow, and there's oxygen in blood. So it's kind of an oxygen deprivation that's at the root of the pain. It starts with the emotions. That starts the process. That's what that guy I used to play squash with. He would go loosen up and basically get the blood flowing so he'd feel better, and then he could go bang against walls, and then as soon as he settled down, it came back. That's why chiropractic only works a little bit. You get some temporary relief sometimes in physical therapy, but the pain keeps coming back because it's managing symptoms. So in your case, the point is to divert your attention. It's like, oh, Carmen, I don't want you to be, realize that anger or rage. So here, let me give you some shoulder pain. Focus here, focus here. And that, oops, sorry about that. That's on the other side of the studio, so I'm not even going for it. So what, I can do it with my watch. Okay, so I love technology.
Oh, yeah.
So all these things divert your attention. So let's get back. It started to get better. So you know that it's not structure. What did you learn when you read? Now, by the way, most people, there are some, but most people need some support to become pain-free. But how long did you say you've been in pain? 10 years?
Oh, about 15 more.
15 years. Okay, so most people...
I mean, it's increased. It's not always been the same, but...
So most people need some support, and that's why the programs and things are there. So you read the book, which is a great first step. What did you learn? What did you learn about diversion pain syndrome?
Well, that I have unconscious feelings that are causing, that are repressed because they are going to be worse if I feel them.
Right.
And the unconscious chooses to give you a physical pain so that you think that you really have something.
Right. So it could be pain, tingling, burning, numbness, weakness. You've got a few of those.
I have all those. Okay.
Congratulations. You get the prize. Yeah. You have them all. Okay. So we also learned in the book, and this is for everybody, and so I'm going to ask you, we learned that there are some personality types of people most likely to suffer pain, right? Right. Okay. So I'm going to ask you those. And everybody listening, this is the time for you. You can answer this to yourself. This will be helpful. So there are certain personality traits of people more likely to suffer chronic, ongoing pain that can be solved. If you have one of these in pain, it's pretty likely that you can get pain-free. If you have more than one, it's even more likely. So I'm going to call them off, and you can put yourself in the box or not put yourself in the box, but be honest. Okay, everybody, because even though they're all good traits, a lot of people don't like some of them, okay? So, number one, perfectionist.
I guess so, because I never...
That's the one nobody likes, yeah. Do-gooder?
No, I don't consider myself a do-gooder.
Okay. People pleaser?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, so. Sensitive to criticism?
Yeah.
Dependable?
Yes.
Overscheduled or overwhelmed?
Excuse me?
Overscheduled or overwhelmed?
Not right now, because I'm retired and I just moved to Canada. Good. And I'm not doing anything.
Oh, moving to Canada? What could be worse than? Okay, wait a minute. Let's keep going.
That was the worst. Yeah.
I'm playing with you. Control.
No, but I agree.
Controlling.
I agree that it was the worst.
All right. Controlling.
Controlling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Slightly compulsive.
Slightly compulsive.
Okay, so we got about 5 of them. So again, that helps you know that you can get over the pain. So we know diversion pain syndrome, right? This is everybody. Listen, we know that it starts with stress and tension and emotions, and that kicks off this physical process, right? We repress the emotions. That creates the stress and tension. By the way, if you want to get rid of stress and tension, what you have to do is not do that process. Life doesn't create stress and tension. Life happens, and then what happens between our ears does that. Okay, so Carmen, tell me, so you're telling me that pain is caused by what?
Well, as I said, my unconscious emotions that I have repressed.
Right. So let me stop you there. It's a disconnection from emotions, right?
Right.
Repressed means out of awareness. It's as if they don't exist. So there are people out there that are some of you are watching right now and you're saying, I don't have that, I don't have that. Repressed by definition means out of your awareness. So what happens is those emotions are there, they're out of your awareness, and as a defense mechanism, you get this pain. The purpose of diversion pain syndrome is to divert your attention from some unbearable emotion, it's usually anger or rage, to something physical like pain, tingling, burning, numbness, or weakness. So if repressed emotions, important, starts the process, how do you end it? How do you get rid of the pain?
To make those emotions conscious?
Exactly. Unrepress the emotions. So as you were starting to do, with the book, and you were starting to do that,
yeah,
you noticed some improvement. So if you still have pain on any level, even a little smidge, it just means that there's emotions that you're unaware of. Now, here's something, again, very important, everybody. In neuroscience, they did a study. And what they found was, I can never pronounce the guy's name, Mihaly, I think is it. And what he found is that in every second, there's 2 million bits of information coming into our awareness. But consciously, we can only pay attention at one time to 134. So Carmen, let's see, this is the toughest question I'm going to ask. How old are you?
Oh my God, 69.
69, okay. So you've had 69 years, and every second, 2 million bits plus 2 million bits plus 2 million. That's a lot. That's like having this warehouse the size of the United States and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that's in there, and you can only, it's like you're walking around in this massive warehouse that's pitch black, and you got a flashlight, and that's all that you can see. So the way to get out of pain is to unrepress the emotion. That's called the highway to heal. The path to pain is repressed emotion, stress, tension, blood vessels constrict, less blood flow, less oxygen, boom, pain. The highway to healing is basically to acknowledge the cause is psychological. And by the way, anybody who has
Oh, you froze again.
.com, make sure and do that because you'll know. Oh, how do you know you're not the one freezing?
Yeah.
How do you know it's me? We're in Canada. They don't even have internet up there.
Yeah, I'm freezing.
By the way, also important, everybody, to get better, it doesn't have to be so serious. We can have fun, and we can talk about this, and we can get better, and it doesn't have to be this serious, horrible thing. The pain sucks, but the way to get better doesn't have to. It's easy. So, okay, so we know what causes the pain. We know how to unrepress it. You've gotten some benefit, but if you're not all the way there, what does that mean?
That I have more emotions repressed.
DPS symptoms are always a disconnection from emotions. So, like right now, what's your level of discomfort on a 0 to 10?
About 7.
About 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do, and I just want you to do a little, and everybody can do, unless you're driving, everybody can do this. Now, we only have so much time because there's other people going to talk.
Of course.
But what I want to do is I want to give you a tip that's going to help you get started. Look, you already know you can get better. You saw improvement. So your mind already knows, okay, it's not structural, I can do this. So probably to get better, you'll want to get the advanced program, one of those programs, and that'll help you. But let me talk you through a little something right now. And you want to play with me for a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody, we can all do this at the same time. So as long as you're not driving, Carmen, just go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And I just want you to pay attention to your neck. Take all your attention, focus it on your neck area right now. And I just want, you don't have to say anything. I just want you to notice any physical sensations that are there. You don't have to say anything. Just notice any physical sensations in your neck. Everybody can do this. By the way, there's a long way, chiropractic, physical therapy, drugs, surgery, all that. And there's a short way. And the short way is to immediately go there. So we can all do this right now. So you're noticing any sensations in your neck. And now I just want you to drop down into your chest. And I want you to notice any physical sensations in your chest. Just notice what's there. You don't have to do anything. And now drop down into your belly. Notice any physical sensations in your belly. And this is the area between your neck and your belly where your negative emotions typically live. So once you take all of your attention and put them down there, you're probably noticing some sensations there, right? You can answer, Carmen. You're probably noticing some physical sensations, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so keep all your attention there. And I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a few times just to get the hang of it a little bit. Again, everybody can do this. So I'm going to say, right now, what emotion are you feeling? And whatever comes up, I just want you to say, I'm feeling, and whatever it is. And we're going to do this, a few times. And it may be the same one. It may be a different one. But you just come back with what's there. No thinking. I want all your attention, neck, chest, belly. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So right now, what emotion are you feeling?
Nervous.
Nervous. So I'm feeling nervous. Go ahead and say it. I'm feeling nervous.
I'm feeling nervous.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? You want to think about it. Whatever comes up.
Oh, I'm still tense.
Okay, good. I'm feeling tense. Go ahead and say that. I'm feeling tense.
I'm feeling tense.
Good. Keep all your attention down. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
Afraid.
I'm feeling
Afraid.
good. You have to say, I'm feeling afraid. Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling pressure.
Okay, good. So pressure isn't an emotion. So what?
I know.
Yeah.
Nervousness,
Okay, I'm feeling nervous.
I'm feeling nervous.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I don't know, like self-conscious.
Okay, good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I don't know.
Okay, good. So just look under the I don't know. And by the way, knowing that almost always anger and rage are the emotions that we typically don't want to own up to, just kind of look under the I don't know. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? This is very common. You hit these blanks because our unconscious mind stops us from going to what's really there. And that's okay.
Well, I know I'm feeling in my belly like a wheel.
What is it?
Like a wheel in my stomach. In my
Okay,
belly.
so what, I know what that typically is, but what is it? What emotion?
I don't know. I can only feel like afraid.
Okay. Are you feeling afraid, or are you afraid to be with the emotion that's in your belly?
Yeah, I'm afraid to know what it is.
Yeah. So if you were to know what it is, what is it anyway?
Well, I know I've had anger in my life a lot.
So what you're telling me is that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So say I'm feeling angry.
I'm feeling angry.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? First thing. No thing.
Angry. Angry.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
Impotent.
What is it?
Impotent.
Okay. I think that's a belief more than an emotion, but we'll stay with it. Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? Everybody doing this. Stay with it. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? First thing.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, I don't know.
What, you noticing the sensation down in your belly?
Yeah, but it's like a physical sensation only.
Right. It's supposed to be. So now you're going to label that. What is that? Right now, what emotion are you feeling? What's that physical sensation telling you?
Well, it's like a burning.
Right. So burning doesn't sound like happiness or love or right?
No, no, no.
So
It's anger.
yeah. So this is, by the way, what you're doing is what almost everybody does. They don't want to go to the anger. Emotions are just emotions. They have no meaning whatsoever. They're just emotions. It's only when you allow yourself to acknowledge that anger and that rage that you're going to get better. So be free. You are safe. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? Quickly.
Well, I can tell you one anger that I have is that I came to live to Canada.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you from the story.
My daughter.
Okay, Carmen, I'm going to stop you from, it doesn't, the reason, that's great. Stay with just labeling the emotion. So right now, what emotion are you feeling?
Angry.
Good, I'm feeling angry.
I'm feeling angry.
Okay, you see how we're getting you to just, you see, by the way, when you feel angry, the roof didn't cave in, did it?
No.
No, okay, it's just an emotion. And by the way, right now on a level of 0 to 10, what's your level of discomfort?
It's diminished about 5.
Okay. So it took what, I don't know, 3-4 minutes and you started and it already went down to a 5, right?
Yeah.
So the key now, because we want to move around and talk to, go ahead and open your eyes. Here's what I want to leave you with right now. We could, only because there's other people, we could
Oh, I know.
going and we'd have you at 0. I mean, you went from 7 to 5 like that. You're safe with all of your emotions. They're just emotions. They have no meaning. That feeling, it's there, by the way. It's all, right now I can check in with myself and I've got this ball in my, you can't see my stomach, and I would like to take a baseball bat and break windows. It's not going to stop me from having a great time with you and everybody else. But the bottom line is that emotion is there. Okay, it's no big deal. It's not going to keep me from having I've got a business. I've got people that don't do things. All these. So that's an emotion. I recognize it, so I'm not in pain. And all you need to do is to focus from here down to here and just acknowledge. You already know, you started talking, you moved with your daughter, you got a lot of anger and rage. Most of us do. It's okay. Here's the one thing important that everybody know, that people are told incorrectly that what you pay attention to builds. It doesn't work that way. When you give it some attention, what happens is it starts to move through you and it dissipates. So my advice to you, I think you could use some support. I'd frankly pick up one of those programs, but that's up to you. The key now is to start to really focus on those emotions and know you're safe with them, okay? Over and over and over and over and over. Okay?
Okay.
You okay with that? You saw how fast it went from a 7 to a 5,
Yeah, well, the thing is, I did the exercises on your book, and it diminished a lot, but then it would come back.
Right. That's natural until you get rid of it entirely. So it's a little bit more. What I wanted to do more than anything is get you safe with that feeling, get you to notice what it is, and be okay with it. And the more you'll make all of your pain go away. There's no question about it. Just stay with that emotion and label it and say, I'm feeling. And probably get like the advanced program or something. There's DVDs of me asking you the question. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, I would like to take the one of the programs, maybe in January.
Yeah, whatever. Listen, whatever. I just wanted to give you that experience. Okay, we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Now you, as we talk to other people, stay with that and stay with the listening. And I'm going to be talking to them, but what I'm saying to them is also going to apply to you.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Carmen, thank you so much. I'm going to, your screen will go dark, I think, for a minute, and then let's see, how do I do this? Change role to viewer. Bye, Carmen.
Bye.
Okay. That was fun. Let's see. I'm scrolling to, let's see. I answered that. Okay, so there's a Jennifer. So Jennifer, I'm going to bring you on now. Ready to come, Jennifer? Get your hair. Look good. We're going to look at you. Ready? There we go. There she is. Oh, your hair looks fine. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you.
Wonderful. So, by the way, did you follow along when we were doing that?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you notice?
Still challenging addressing what my emotion is. It's always so subtle. I almost feel like I'm making it up.
When you say subtle, just tell me what subtle means.
I feel like I'm guessing all the time when I ask myself, what am I feeling? A lot of time it's spaciousness. There's not really an emotion. And it's, well, I guess I'm feeling this.
Okay. How are you in general with, emotions? I don't like the term negative emotions because they're not negative, they're just emotions. How do you do with anger and rage in general?
Intellectually bypass it.
Oh, intellectually bypass. That's a smart way to say that you don't do very well with it. Okay.
Exactly.
So, just curious, at what point in your life did you learn that those emotions, weren't okay for you?
My mom was just an emotional basket case and I couldn't stand it, so I decided to do the opposite.
Right. And that was probably pretty useful for a while, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty useful until it isn't.
Yeah.
You had a strategy that, a lot of strategies, you're how old?
46.
46. So there's strategies that are really useful when you're 10, 11, and 12 that aren't so useful at 46, right? Because there's pain. So tell me in terms of pain, tell me where you are. I read, I forgot what I read already because I just start talking, but you either did part of a program or did something and you got some.
Sorry,
Yes?
you froze for a moment, but I heard you ask where I'm at. I did the 30-day program a couple months ago. And
Which one did you do, just so I know what you did?
The one with support.
Okay.
Watching your videos, the DVDs, all of it, dove in deep.
Good. And what was the, by the way, anybody who does a program, I want to show you something because this is an iPad. This is my access to find out if anybody or everybody did their updates every single day. So beware anybody that wants to say you did something and didn't get everything. If you didn't do it every day, it's coming back to haunt you. Continue.
Yes, so I did your 28-day program with a couple missed days in between. But
now the honesty starts to come. Okay, go ahead.
Just in case you look it up. And I was able to run again and had some phenomenal results with doing your process while I was running. Yeah, and absolute breakthroughs.
Wonderful.
Yet I'm still having swelling showing up in my knee. And I'm also an occupational therapist by trade in the past. And I get caught up in, oh, I've got swelling now. That's physiological. Is it really? It's not huge swelling, but it's.
Let's
huge.
answer that. By the way, I was supposed to tell her I'm off. My staff gives me these things and they say do this and do that, and I just lose it and I just go. At the end of this, there's a gift. So I was supposed to tell you at the beginning. There's a gift at the end of this, everybody. So hang in there. Okay. Now, so you're getting some swelling. When do you get the swelling?
Usually after I work
Let me
out.
ask you a question before we talk about the swelling. So swelling, I mean, it's possible to get, just for the record, to get some swelling as a physiological thing. Depending on what you do, it's unlikely. It's unlikely physiologically caused, just because you've obviously suffered diversion pain syndrome. You've used the program. You've gotten better. So it's unlikely that has some physical cause. If you're running 50 miles and I'd expect that, but you're probably not doing that. So anyway, so continue. Sorry.
And then I use the excuse of, oh, see, it is physiological, and I start doubting the whole process with it.
Right. And doubt is part of the process. Look, there's nothing. Now, what was your pain like? What were your symptoms before you did the program?
That's my challenge. My symptoms are extreme stiffness, so it was hard to get dressed in the morning. So when I would try and bend over to get dressed, I'd be hitting a 9 out of 10. But throughout the day, no pain. It's not like I'm in a chronic pain syndrome.
Okay. After the program, what changed?
During the program, my stiffness got a little better. Haven't done it for about a month and a half, and stiffness is back.
Okay. Which would make sense with the swelling. So I just want to think about what I want to say to you. You noticed improvement.
Yes.
Didn't get all the way.
Correct.
At what point, how easy was it for you to, again, all roads, everybody, and I'm speaking, you already know this, but all roads lead to anger and rage. And you've told me that you intellectually, you had a better word, but intellectually get around it.
Yeah.
Bypass it, yeah. You still doing that?
No, I'm going to start again.
No, are you still intellectually bypassing?
I'm much better at acknowledging my emotions, and they're actually passing through quicker because I'm not hiding from them.
Right. Yeah. It's counter. Every part of this is counterintuitive, and none of this is believable. There's people here for the first time, and they're hearing, "Are you kidding me? Bulging disc, herniated, got the MRIs, all this stuff. You're crazy." It's just I'm crazy, except. People get better every day. So it's a good crazy. If there's a good crazy, it's a good crazy. So let's look. So right now, is there discomfort right now? So when you run, it loosens up, right? Is that what you said?
I can move right through it I'll just say, stop it. I know what you're doing. I'm capable if I want to feel my emotions. And every time, boom, it'll go away. And it tends to jump
right here.
Yeah, it's been magnificent of an experience. And then it'll jump to a different body part. I do the same thing, and I can do the entire run with no pain.
Okay, so all that tells me, that's great. Okay, I'm glad you added that. So all that tells me is you just haven't made it automatic yet. Meaning, there's 4 levels of learning. This is, again, I'm speaking to everybody. I'm speaking to you, but I'm speaking to everybody because this is important. There's 4 stages of learning, and I'm going to explain them. There is unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. Okay? So I'm assuming everybody on this call learned to drive. So did you learn to drive?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So before you learned to drive, you didn't know how badly you sucked. You had unconscious incompetence. You didn't realize that you sucked, right? Then the first day you got in the car, and there were all these things to do, and the pedal and the turn the wheel and the signal, and all these things. And it was like overwhelming, no chance. And that is conscious incompetence. You realized, okay, I suck at this. And then you're starting to learn how to drive. And all of a sudden, one day, you've got all this stuff, and somehow you're working really hard, but you're doing it all. You've got the correct foot on the pedals, and you're going back and forth and signaling, and you're looking in the mirrors, and you're looking in the side mirror. You're doing it all. It's really hard work. Conscious competence. It's taken all your effort to be conscious of doing it, right? And now you can get in the car and you can drive for 100 miles and, you don't even pay attention. You don't realize you're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Unconscious competence. So you did enough driving to get it to the point where it just was your default, and it's just you get in and you do it. You don't have to think about it. So what happened with the process was you didn't do it enough. You got to conscious competence, boom, do it, pain goes away, go on your way. The final step, a little bit longer, is unconscious competence. So here's my suggestion, and you know that we always, will support you forever. So go back and start back, start back in the process, send in your updates again, people will help you. You just want to do it enough. Just keep checking in with what you're feeling. And you can do it 10 times a day. You don't have to do it for 15 minutes 10 times a day, but keep doing it and doing it and doing it even when you don't feel stiff or sore or swollen. Because all you need to do is drive a little more so that you have unconscious competence. Just keep checking it right now. What emotion am I feeling? What am I feeling? What am I feeling? All your attention here. Again, I'm sorry you can't see my whole body, but neck, just right now. Again, we can do this very fast. Close your eyes for a moment and tune all your energy to the physical sensations in your neck and the physical sensations in your chest, physical sensations in your belly. And as you keep all your attention there, right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling anxious.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling anxious and excited.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling anxious.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling anxious.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? Everybody notice how fast, compared to Carmen, Jennifer's been at it a while because she can just tune right in. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling tense.
Good. And now?
I'm feeling tense.
Good. And now?
I'm feeling tense.
Good. And now?
I'm feeling anxious.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling anxious.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling slightly anxious.
Good. And now?
Feeling kind of peaceful.
Okay. That's a normal place. Again, that's a typical place where mind is saying, we're just going to feel some peace. Oh, I'm peaceful. So if you look, you see, I'm playing with you right now because you've been through this a little bit before, but look underneath that. Remembering that, anger and rage is what really produces this stuff, and that's what you try and circumvent. So underneath the peace, what's there? Just check in again. You can have eyes open or closed. Just keep all of your attention from neck to belly. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
Totally blank.
Good. So if you look right underneath the blank, what's there?
I'm feeling fearful.
Good. And right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling fearful.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Good. And right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling sad.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling sad.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling embarrassed.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling tense.
Good. And now?
I'm feeling scared.
And now?
I'm feeling scared.
And now?
I'm feeling scared.
Scared of?
It's almost like I'm going to suffocate.
Good. So go down a little more. Underneath the scared. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? You're not going to suffocate. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? You're actually going to be able to breathe. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling sad.
Good. And now?
I'm feeling sad.
Good. And now?
I'm feeling scared.
Good. And now?
Feeling scared.
Good. And now?
Feeling scared.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
Pressured. I'm feeling pressured.
Okay. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling pressured.
Okay. Pressured. Tell me a little more. Pressured.
Like I'm supposed to go somewhere and I'm putting pressure on myself.
Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Right now, what emotion are you feeling? Do you like that?
Feeling pressured?
Yeah.
No.
So might you be a little angry that you're feeling pressured? You don't like that. I mean, I'm watching your face, so
Yeah, frustrated with myself.
good. Frustrated, and frustrated isn't. I'm taking. By the way, I'm doing this with Jennifer. Has been through this long enough that I can cut right to the chase. Frustrated is a nice way to say what?
Angry.
Yeah. So right now, what emotion are you really feeling?
Angry and hopeless. Like
Good.
this is never going to work for me.
Good. I'm feeling angry and hopeless.
I'm feeling angry and hopeless.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling sad.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling frustrated.
Good. Frustrated is a nice way of saying.
This is a nice way of saying I'm feeling angry.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling angry.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling pissed.
Good. Right now, what emotion are you feeling?
I'm feeling pissed.
Good. And now?
I'm still feeling angry.
Good. And now?
I'm feeling angry.
Good. And now?
I don't know how to explain it. I'm feeling fuzzy.
Okay. So fuzzy isn't an emotion, so what would the emotion be?
Tense and relaxed at the same time.
Okay. By the way, level of discomfort right now, 0 to 10?
0.
Oh, shoot. I hate when that works. I hate that. Okay. Everybody see that? 0. Jennifer, I see this, you're safe with those emotions. All I did, you knew what to do. I just sort of did it long enough and just kind of tweaked you around to go to the anger. Because that's the one that isn't okay. That's the one that we repress. Typically, we don't repress sadness. It's okay to tell your girlfriends you're sad. You're not okay with saying, pardon me, I'm so effing pissed off, I want to scream.
Mm-hmm.
It's just normal emotions, right? You got a job, you got patience, you got all, you got 1,000 reasons every day to be really angry. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to express. You don't have to say anything. You just have to acknowledge it to yourself, and you'll stay at a 0. So you're right there.
I just need to continue with it.
Yeah, just so that you can do that on your own like that. Like right now, again, obviously this is my whole life, but I mean, in a microsecond, I can look down here and just headache. I'm having a great time hanging out with you. But that belly says there's anger there. It's a big deal. I just have to acknowledge it. It's not, I'm going to have a great night. I'm having a great night. I'm also angry. I can do both. Got it?
Yes, thank you.
You good?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Right. Terrific. Thank you very much. Updates, okay? I read those things too. I want to know what's going on with you. Stay with it. All right?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Jennifer. Okay, you're going back to the crowd.
Good night.
All right, thank you. Okay, I hope everybody is, I hope you're going along. I hope you're getting this. Even if you didn't understand it coming in, it's okay. And I did get a couple of questions sent to me in advance, and before we go on, this is such a common one. And I got the question, and it says, my MRI, I was diagnosed with 2 herniated discs. Doesn't this have to be the cause of my pain because the MRI says I have herniated discs? Okay, phenomenal question. Oh, what was that guy's name? A guy in Utah, really nice guy, I forgot his name. And he was on a it was a Tuesday night. We did a webinar. And he said, Ralph, that was his name. And he said, I have 3 herniated discs. And I'm scheduled for surgery Friday. So I'm going to get your program tonight. It's got to work really fast because I'm having surgery on Friday. That was 3 days later. And I said, Ralph, you know, maybe you just want a little more time than that. I said, why don't you call your doctor and put it off for a month, use the program, see what happens, and, you know, check with your doctor. So he said, okay, so he got the program that night. And on the day that his surgery was scheduled, not the Friday, but the day they pushed it off a few weeks, the day that his surgery was scheduled, he ran a 10K with no pain. So the truth is, herniated discs cause pain less than 3% of the time. They've got to be major, major, major. That originally came from a study done by a neurosurgeon, somebody who makes his living slicing and dicing discs, and less than 3% of the time. So logic would say, geez, my pain is here. There's a herniated disc there. It's got a link. It's logical. It just isn't true. It just isn't true. 97% of the time, diversion pain syndrome is the cause. And again, it starts in the brain. There are actual physical problems, and the end result is pain, tingling, burning, numbness, and weakness. So it's a disconnection from emotions, and it's just by connecting that you make the pain go away. We just saw Jennifer, 0. I mean, this, you're seeing it, by the way. You know, this isn't, this is not made up. We saw somebody who was starting at very high pain that had no real knowledge, and hers dropped in a few minutes. Jennifer at 0 in a few minutes. This stuff works all the time. There is something required. There is an allowing. And it's the one thing that I can do everything else for you. My staff can do everything else for you. The one thing we can't do is allow. And I think I saw something here that bear with me, I'm reading. Oops. Somebody's saying, all right, I'm freezing occasionally. How do you know that I'm doing it? Okay, so here I'm going to, let me finish that one. I'm getting great questions here. I see anonymous questions, people that don't want to be public. I just saw, sorry, I just lost the one. I lost where I was going. Okay, you know what? Doug, you're coming on. I want to talk to you. You're a pain in the butt that I love. I'm bringing you on. Where are you, Doug? You ready? Poof yourself up. Look good. You're coming. Are you there? There he is. Oh, Doug, man. You got to unmute yourself on the bottom of the screen. There should be a picture of a microphone. You probably need to click.
I'm good.
Okay.
Now, I don't have very good lighting, Adam, so I'm kind of jumpy here.
You know, it's interesting. You look better in bad lighting.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Very kind of you.
All right. So it's good to see you. Now you made. I want to read what you wrote because I think it's really important, and a lot of people that I've dealt with kind of share that. What you said was, during the process, we're trying to reach negative emotions such as anger, and again, we all, as I'm telling everybody, that these repressed emotions start the physical process. And you say during the weeks of the process, a person tends to be in constant state of negativity, not necessarily true, but an unhappiness. So my question is, since positive affirmations are so powerful, I'm going to argue that too, and engulfing oneself in positive mind training can make significant changes. Can these two things coexist? Okay, Doug, here's the first thing. Acknowledging the emotions that are already there. What color's your shirt?
It's red.
How do you know that?
I don't know. I guess I've been trained at over the years that that's what red is.
Well, you looked at it, right?
You looked at it, yes.
Yeah.
Red. Looked at it, saw it.
Good.
Sure.
Yeah, that's okay. So
Yeah.
the emotions are just as there as your shirt. You've trained yourself, and this is the royal you. You know, trained yourself not to notice those emotions for certain reasons, because we believe that anger is no good, or rage is no good, or these things aren't okay. So when you go through, when you start to understand, by the way, I'm not against positive emotions. I'm a very happy guy. Can they coexist? Yeah, again, I'm checking down with this ball in my stomach, and I'm absolutely pissed off. But here's what's really important for you to get, and everybody to get. Emotions are just emotions. They don't have any meaning. So therefore, by acknowledging that you're angry or enraged or sad, or whatever it is, there's no reason for that to bring anybody down. You're not creating them. You're not dredging them. You're not digging for them. They're there just like your red shirt. So all you're doing is noticing and saying, okay, I am enraged. I'm rage. I'm angry. I'm whatever it is. And by giving them, here's where people are trained incorrectly. Attention, it doesn't build them, and there's no reason to stay in unhappiness. Yeah, I've got this. I notice I'm angry. I'm also feeling great. It's not going to even take the edge off of me, even me. So there's this allowing, and I talk about that a lot, and everybody hates it. You have to.
Yeah.
It's the only thing, because I can do anything else for you, the staff, anything else for you, but it's allowing you to acknowledge these emotions. And once you realize that there's a safety, and okay, I acknowledge I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, nothing happens. There's no meaning. Emotions don't have meaning any more than a color does. You wouldn't say, there may be colors you're not thrilled with, but you wouldn't say that's a bad color, it shouldn't exist, right?
All right.
Emotions have no more meaning than colors. So anger, rage, you had to learn to shove those things down and to make them wrong. When you were a baby, you'd be screaming, pissed off, and then you'd be laughing, and they'd bounce around. You had to learn that it wasn't okay. At some point in your life, and I remember we've chatted a little bit before, at least communicated.
Mm-hmm.
So you made some determinations that certain emotions weren't okay, and socially, and we get the spiritual people. By the way, I forgot when I was talking earlier and I was naming the traits, I forgot spiritual or religious, which is number 2 on the list.
I'm 9 of them.
Right, good.
Yeah, I'm a case.
I'll take a screenshot of you and put it in the encyclopedia.
Thank you.
So it's the allowing, and the allowing, they're just emotions, but it comes from knowing that they're just emotions, and who cares? You learned how to not see something. It's like there have been times when you I know I have. I'm assuming you lose your keys, and I'm I'm looking for them. They're not there. They're not there. And then the fifth time I come look at the desk, the keys are sitting in the middle of the desk. They were there the whole time. I just didn't see them. So it's the allowing that will, and the acknowledging that they're just emotions and that you're safe with them. Don't do it. And as soon as you allow those to flow rather, there's absolutely no reason for you, because you notice that you have anger or sadness or whatever, to become and stay unhappy. This is really important. Have you ever been to a train station?
Yeah, I have.
So what happens in a train station? You stand on the platform, and what happens? Trains come and trains go, right?
Yep.
You have to get on the train?
No.
So you can stand there and watch the trains come and go, right?
That's what you want to do, yeah.
Yeah. Well, your emotions are the same way. And what happens is when pick your anger or sadness, whatever, that train opens and all your friends are there and they're saying, Doug, come on, let's go for a ride. And it's really compelling. Oh, and I'm unhappy, I'm sad, I'm whatever. I get on the sad train or the angry train, and the next thing you know, my life sucks all day. You never have to go for that. You have total power to stand on the platform and just notice the emotions. You've got all the power. Nobody can sell you anything that you're not willing to buy. And that includes jumping on the anger train or the sad train or the whatever train and going for the ride. Nobody can sell you anything that you're not willing to buy.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy. You just notice.
It's one of the things I think too, sorry to interrupt you, is with the young lady you're speaking to a moment ago. She seemed to, she's been through the course and has the same kind of challenges of recognizing those emotions. They're just like, I guess, yeah, like you say, out of your awareness. But I'm just sitting there saying, I just don't, at the moment, I don't really feel like I feel anything. I'm just here.
That's the definition of repressed. So
is that right?
Again, when you focus on the sensations here and here and here, that's where they live. It becomes much easier, and it's been a while since, it becomes much easier to label those. There's no difficulty. The shirt's red. It's the same. You've just got to learn to just say, okay, I noticed it here. I've got this ball in my stomach. It was Carmen I was speaking to a while ago. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I knew what it was, and pretty soon she did too. It was anger.
Yeah.
She hadn't done that before.
Well, and that's true because, I grew up from the time I was little in church, always going to church. And so, not showing anger is a staple of that. And then in the home I grew up in, my dad was very angry guy at times, and the spankings and all that kind of stuff he went on sometimes. So I vowed I wasn't going to be that way with my kids. I'm not going to express my anger that way. And the combination of all these things have kind of accumulated in me holding that anger, and I just can't seem to quite get to it.
Okay, can't.
Yes, I can. I can get to it.
You can't just means that you can do the process of not doing something. It doesn't mean you're unable. The only reason that you would struggle is if you still have some judgment that it's not okay. You don't have, by the way, you don't have to express anything like your father. All you have to do is notice it. Your kids don't have to know that you're angry or enraged is more likely. And what could be more enraging than not being able to even own up to the emotions that you got inside of you because it isn't okay? Geez, that's enough to set you off right there. So they're just emotion. And of course in church, unfortunately, these emotions aren't okay, but everybody has them. And it's the problem with religion and spirituality that they're taught that it's like they're telling you, by the way, part of you, Doug's no good. Get rid of it. Your arm's no good. Get rid of it. It's there. So just by acknowledging, they just flow through. That's just like church saying, by the way, green is a bad color, no green. It makes no sense. It sounds good, We all want peace and love, of course.
Mhm.
But we also have all these emotions, and they're just emotions. Just emotions, no meaning. So the allowing comes when you just go, okay, it's just fine. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling. It's that simple. It's the only. You know this. It's the only piece that you need to allow. Not need, but in order to stay and be pain free, it's just to allow yourself the emotion. There's no downside. The train comes, the train goes. The emotion comes, the emotion goes. And many people, nobody wants to do that. It's like it's the easiest thing in the world. It's instant. You know, there's the long way, and again, as I said before, in the physical therapy, and the chiro, and the drugs, and all the, or there's the immediate way. Pain is. It can be pain-free right now in this moment. We saw Carmen. I could have had her there in another 10 minutes. We saw Jennifer immediately. Everybody out here can be pain-free now in this moment by unrepressing those emotions. Now, most people need support and program to kind of pull you through because for whatever reason, people don't want to go there when it becomes, it's a nothing to go there. It's just there's nothing to it. So that's why people need the programs, and that's why private sessions, all these other things that people do. But the important thing is it's fast, and it's right there, and it's right now, and it's just for your taking. And everybody wants something else. You know, I want to, give me a pill, give me a chiropractor, give me a this, give me that. But what everybody's learned is those things don't work. Just pay attention to your emotions. That's it. Just pay attention to your emotions. You're safe, Doug.
I'll work on that some more.
Don't work. It wasn't work to see your shirt. Relax into it. You can do it laying in a hammock.
I mean, I'll spend time.
Just feel what you feel and acknowledge it. Keep me posted. Emails, okay?
Yeah, all right, bud. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's great to see you.
All right.
Okay, Doug is gone. I love having the power to say, off he goes. Okay, let's see. I saw we got so many. Okay, I have an anonymous question that I want to answer is, I have one person, by the way, anonymous, he isn't. Our director of, we have fun here. Our director of training, Cliff, is asking me funny questions here, and he's trying to make me laugh, and that one actually worked, Cliff. Okay, I got, we have a good time. Okay, I did get a question. What about shoulder injury I suffered in a car accident a few years ago? I've suffered pain in that shoulder off and on ever since. Will zero pain now work for relieving the pain of that old injury? Okay, great question. And if you break your foot, if you hurt yourself, it hurts. That's acute pain. It really hurts. 6 weeks later, it's healed. The biggest bone in your body will heal in 7 weeks. 6 weeks is kind of the go-to number. So if you hurt yourself, if you injure yourself, in 6 weeks later, it's healed. The pain is gone. Anything that lasts longer than that or keeps coming back and forth is almost always diversion pain syndrome, and that's what zero pain now is for. And what was really important in that question were the words that he said, off and on ever since. If there's something structurally wrong with you, it doesn't go off and on. If I had a structural problem, and I'm just, because you can see my shoulder, if I had a structural problem and to do this with my shoulder created pain, every time I did this, it would have to hurt. Every time. It couldn't hurt sometimes and not other times. Those are great signs. If pain is intermittent, the old football injury, if it moves even a little bit, these are all great signs that you can use zero pain now and feel better. That is an excellent question. Thank you for that. I'm looking to see, wow, we've been at this for an hour and 15 minutes already. No, that's Carmen. That's Jennifer. I think I got a couple more that were sent to me in advance, but I was looking. Doesn't look like anybody else wants to talk to me. I thought I was kind of likable. Not according to those people making fun of me. Somebody asked a question. Oh, that's Doug. How does your private personal program work? Do you have to fly where they live? A success? No. I used to bring everybody into my office, and people came from all over the world. I think I've helped people on, I think there's 7 continents, and I've helped people on 6 of them. I hope I'm right with 7 continents. And people would fly in from all over. And when we started the Mayo Clinic pilot, everybody was in the Minnesota, Wisconsin area. And I had helped many people on the same Zoom kind of software that you're using right now. And we started using that exclusively. And I actually got rid of I have this studio, but I got rid of the regular office for people to come see me because we found it's just as good for you to do it wherever you are and get the help wherever you are. And you don't have to get on a plane. You don't have to spend money. You never have to leave your house. And so no, you don't have to go anywhere. And there was a question on the guarantee. The guarantee on the private programs are, I will work with you until you get the results you want, even though the Zero Pay Now program is 28 days. Most people, by the way, in private, 85% are pain-free by day 6, 97.4% overall. We had a big part of those Mayo people were pain-free by day 2. But if somebody was to take longer than 28 days, it's happened. It hasn't happened much. You get me until you get the results you want. The biggest problem with the private program is you're stuck with me. Ugh, even I don't want that. But if you can put up with that, you'll get pain-free. I love this question that came in earlier. I had a guy recently in San Diego, and he sent me a picture of all the different things. His whole day was wrapped around his pain, and he had inversion machine, and he had blocks, and he had pillows, and he had stretching, and this guy was spending 5-6 hours a day, just every day, managing pain. He was the chiropractor 3-4 days a week. He had spent thousands, in fact, tens and tens of thousands of dollars on stuff, and he was pain-free in 3 or 4 days, which is pretty typical in a private session. And he sent me a picture recently of all, by the way, he had 7 different medications as well. And he sent a picture of all that stuff he got rid of. So the reason I tell you these stories, by the way, I'm the anti-sales person. I'm busy. I'm really busy. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. Our dream here, our goal here is 10 million people pain-free. I'm glad, I like sitting here. I like helping you, like those that have come on already and been willing to come on camera, because you help everybody. Everybody gets benefit from that. So you're never going to say, get from me, go buy the advanced virtual program or the private program right now. You're not going to get that. They're the best. You want to get better, but you're not going to get that from me because it's best for you to decide when you want to use Zero Pain Now so that you can get the results you want when you want. If you're not ready, you're not ready. That's okay too. That's what we're doing here, just trying to help people. Okay, here is, let's see. Okay, Mercedes, you ready to come on? We're going to take one more because I don't want to keep you guys all night. I love having you here, and I can. And by the way, and then at the end of this, I'm going to give you a little something, or a big something, I hope. Okay, Mercedes, are you ready? I'm looking for you here, and here you come. Okay, so Mercedes doesn't have a camera on. You there, Mercedes? If you just check that microphone on the bottom, you need to click that to unmute yourself. I know you're there because I can see that your blank screen. Do you have a microphone? Mercedes! All right, I'll give you one more second to see if you can unmute. I'm just, oh, whoa, we got camera. We had Mercedes.
No, I can't do camera.
You're already,
I didn't want to do camera.
You're already doing camera. You might as well hang out with us. Oh, you look beautiful. Come on.
Oh, no.
Oh, no? All right.
No.
All right. You look very much like a bottle of water, Mercedes. That's what you look like right now.
Oh, I'm going to put my hand here. How can I get the camera off?
All we see is your face. You look fine. Just stay with your face. That's all. We're only seeing your face. All right, Mercedes,
okay.
Tell me what you said.
I have some odd neuropathy going on. I had an injury sitting on the floor in the area, and then from laying in weird positions for so long, I ended up with some neck problems, which have given some neuropathy in my eyes, in my throat, and in my face. And I had just wondered if you had any success with things like that.
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see if we're going to talk like that. Let's see if I do that. I'm going to cover my face too, so you can't see me while I talk to you. Is that okay?
I'm not looking.
You're not even looking? I could be sitting here in my pajamas.
Specifically said on there.
All right. So here's the real.
I specifically said not.
What'd you say? I didn't hear what you just said. All right, I'm going to take. I know you don't want to hear this. I'm going to take you off.
I specifically. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Okay.
All right. Now, to answer your question, very common. By the way, thank you for asking that question. We like to have fun here. Very common for people to have pain. Those things aren't connected. So neuropathy. I mean, I hear that day in and day out. Neuropathy isn't a diagnosis. I mean, it is a diagnosis, but it's not a cause of anything. And facial pain and pelvic pain, it doesn't matter where in the body it is. And clearly there's no connection between the face and the pelvis. So to have pain in multiple areas, that's a lot of people get diagnosed with fibromyalgia as they go through that. These are very common. And so the answer to your question is yes, these are things. I was talking to, this is years ago. There was I was watching his video yesterday, and there's some people on this call that know him. And there was an ex-professional golfer who had neuropathy, and he had to leave the tour when he was 28 for 28 years. He was terrific, and he had neuropathy, and he had all this pain, and he couldn't play golf, and he gave it up. And his wife brought him to me years ago now, and we went through the process together, private. He went through the process together, and he had pain in his hip, he had pain in his neuropathy was terrible in his feet, and he had pain in other areas. And all of his pain, with the exception of the neuropathy, his feet went away in a few days. And it took a little longer for his feet, which is totally common. I don't know why, other than it does. But within a couple of weeks, all of it was gone. And I was watching this video. He got back on the golf course, and he was playing every day and trying out for the senior tour. And I was watching the video yesterday, and it was, full swings and completely pain-free. So to answer your question, Mercedes, yes, absolutely can help you if you're willing. There is a willingness. That's all it takes. I've heard every excuse in the book, and people change when the pain of staying the same pain is greater than the pain of changing. And I hear every story in the book. There has to be a willingness. There has to be a willingness to get pain-free. Most of you have been to doctor after chiropractor, after physical therapist, after pharmacist, and again, you get some temporary relief, and it's devastating. I get it. I mean, I've been there. I get it. I know. I get it. I get what you're going through, and it's devastating. When you're ready to get better, we've got a whole group here, myself included, to help you. But it takes that step. So everybody here that's been on this has already seen Carmen, she'd read the Zero Pain Now book, didn't really have any knowledge, and in a few minutes just kind of dropped her pain a little bit. And then we had somebody who just went away, and then we talked to sort of Doug, and you're getting you're seeing the results right before your eyes. If I had a little more time, one of these days on the call, we'll take somebody and just go from 7, 8, 9 down to 0 in 20, 25 minutes, and that'll be the end of it. But you're seeing this happen right in front of your eyes. This is available to everybody. If you've never done this and this is your first time here, you're getting a taste, but you see it. There are people that have been through the program, and I saw one note, and I don't remember who it came from, and I'm sorry, that have been through the program. And by the way, all of our 97% is the private program. That's the only one we can totally measure because it's the only one where we have contact with people all the time. And somebody had gone through the program and they hadn't gotten the results. And this is what's really important for everybody to know. And especially, I don't remember who that was that asked that question. Pain is always DPS symptoms, always a disconnection from emotion. If there's pain, you haven't acknowledged, you haven't made conscious the emotion. It's always the same thing. The reason is always the same. There's that allowance, there's the process, there's allowing these emotions. You're seeing it. You've all seen it. If you've been through and you have pain, it's because you just haven't gotten to that point. Keep going, go back. We always will help people forever. If this is your first time here or you're getting ready, well, maybe now is it. You've seen some results in just minutes with people. Imagine what happens in a half an hour, an hour, a little bit of time. You can get these great results. And the byproducts, this isn't really about getting pain-free. I had a client one time, and she said, look, Adam, this isn't about getting pain-free. It's about so that. And I said, what's so that? And she said, well, you get rid of your pain so that you can play golf, so that you can play tennis, so that you can travel, so that you can play with your kids, so that you can connect with people, so that you can be like everybody else. And that's what this is really about. This is about the great life. Pain just gets in the way of having a great life. So in order to have the great life, we get rid of the pain, and then everything is possible for you. So, mark, probably time to close this. So here is what I said there'd be a gift for you. I lied. No, I didn't lie. Okay, when I end this, there's going to be a link. If you are not in a program already, or have not done a program already, there's going to be a link, and I'm going to give you a free 15-minute call, just me, just you, pain relief strategy session. We'll go over you specifically, whatever you need to know. I'm going to help you. If you've been a client or you want to have some help, you want some follow-up, you know where to go to get the support, and we'll do it through the back way. So you know that. So this is for people that either haven't gone through or aren't in the middle of a program. Everybody else knows how to get me and get support. So when we end this, there's going to be a link there. You can click that link, you can schedule the appointment, and I'll help you. So look, I want to thank you all for coming. People from all over the world. It's the middle of the night in some places, tomorrow in places, it's evening in other places, and you had a lot of other things that you could have been doing for the last hour and a half. And you were willing to come here, and I just want to thank you for letting me spend some time with you, because it's really an honor. People thank me all the time for helping them get pain-free. I'm the one that thanks you for letting me help you get pain-free, because it's my passion. It's what gets me through the day, 7 days a week. Doing this is when I get to see these results. And I got a note the other day, that's not true, it's about a month ago, from somebody who was in terrible shape. And she'd even had 2 heart surgeries and was having heart murmurs and neck pain, all this pain. She was a triathlete, and they said, you can never get back in the pool again, you'll die. Bottom line is, she just finished her first Ironman triathlon. When I see it, she's thanking me, but I'm thanking her. She gives me a reason to get out of bed every morning. So I want to thank everybody for coming. I really, I'm moved. I just appreciate your letting me in your life. If I can help you, if our team can help you, if our staff can help you, great. Click the link. We'll do more of these. We'll have some fun. Bring your friends to them. Everybody's got pain. And we'll just see how fast we can help 10 million people get pain-free. So I want to thank you for coming. Here's to your pain-free life. Info at Zero Pain Now. If you need anything, click that link and schedule, and we'll do this again real soon. So thanks, everybody, and I will see you again soon. Bye.